What we have to do is the logic of data manager for the multiplier. So what we need to do is the function what will add us to the queue for the multiplier game. Okay, so I will create the function add the self to queue, and it will return my ID in the queue. Okay, so first of all you have to initialize the Firebase, and the URL of your Firebase is here. Okay, uh, when you log in your Firebase, so this URL is your URL for the Firebase in Swift. Okay, so you just copy paste here. Okay, and then the framework is connected to your Firebase, and now you can add the data and download data from your Firebase. So uh, Firebase is working by the child, so you just pick a child or create a child, and you set the value of the child, and the child are saved to your Firebase. So it is some like a tree, so the values are stored in tree. So I just create the q child, and this function from the Firebase will create the child 9q. Okay, so this will create a child in our Firebase. So it will be called like this. Okay, so it will be the link to your Firebase and then the q child, and after that you get the child ID. So this will Firebase automatically generate the unique ID. So just it just create the random ID which is unique. Okay, and you have to store this. You have to store this ID to your child. So you have to set the value to some random value to, let's see, the status. So status is ready. So this will store the status ready array, dictionary to your child ID, and after that you have to return the string of your ID. So you just return the child ID and the name. Okay, so this will save your ID, unique ID to the queue, and will return to your ID. Yeah? Okay. So next, what is good is create the function which will remove you from the queue. So remove from queue. Okay. So this function will remove all data from the queue. So I just copy paste this because I don't need to write again, and I just go on the queue child, remove value. Okay, so this method remove all registered IDs in the queue. So what I need to do now is to find the opponent in the queue. So I will just call the class. I will make the class function again. So this object, this class will have only static methods. So I will just find opponent method, which will take the ID, which will be my ID, okay, my generated ID, and I will make the completion block for that, okay. I will write it and I will explain it. So what is the completion block? Okay, it is some like anonymous function. So when I write somewhere the function find opponent, I just make the some block of in the calling the function. So I will have the function in function, and the completion block will be called after the main logic of the find opponent function will be called, okay. So I will explain it after I write it. So again, I just paste the my initialization for the Firebase, and in the Firebase is function to fetch the data from the Firebase, and it is called observer single event of type, and I will choose this function. So the I will type the event type to value, uh, and I just say this is the type of the data snapshot. So this function use the block 2, okay. So as you can see, I have in the parameter of function another anonymous function. So the function observer single event of type will proceed some function code, so like fetching data, and when the data are fetching, it will call this function in the anonymous block with the parameter of returning data, like a snapshot, okay. So the Firebase are using for your data the structure or class fData snapshot, okay. So I will show you how to fetch the data from the snapshot, okay. So first of all, I make a child again, because this is a tree. So you have to call this function. So choose choose the q value from the tree, Firebase tree, and now I will store in my variable the child value, so value, and I will store it like a dictionary, where is the string is the key and any object is the value of this dictionary. So now I got in the data some data from the child as a dictionary where a string is key and any object is a value. So now I have to pick from the fetched data. I have to pick opponent, okay. So I will make the boolean variable, which I set to false, and now I will search the opponent string in the keys, okay. So I will iterate through all the values in the queue, and if I find another ID that is different than my ID, I just found the opponent, okay. So I just pick the keys and array. So it will pick the arrays, it will pick keys from the dictionary where the keys are the IDs of the other opponents, and I will I will make it from the keys.array for the iteration. Okay, so I will check if opponent is different than my ID passed in this function. I just found the opponent, so I will call the completion. So I will call this. So when is the player found it, it will be called the code in this parameter. Okay. So I just added the opponent. Okay, and I said founded is true, and I break the for loop. Okay, but when I not found, if not found the opponent, I have to call the completion block and pass the opponent null. Okay, so when I did not find uh, now opponent, I will just call the completion component name. So this is the logic for the searching the opponent, and next I will show you how to fetch data of fetch opponent score and save your score in the Firebase. Okay, so now I will show you next time.